In this chapter, we're going to be looking at the fascinating topic of differential equations. And in this video, we're starting off with families of curves, but it's worth beginning by just talking about what a differential equation actually is. So a differential equation is any equation that has a derivative in it. So dy by dx equals 2x minus 4. That is a differential equation. The solution to a differential equation is a function. So the solution to this differential equation is whatever function or equation relating x and y solves it or satisfies it. So if we look at a full question here, find the general solution to the equation and sketch the family of solution curves. Okay, here's what that means. If we have dy by dx equals 2x minus 4, we can say that y must equal x squared minus 4x. So I've just integrated there, then plus c. So this is what we'd call the general solution to that differential equation. It's a solution because it's a relationship between x and y and there are no derivatives in it. Now it's a general solution because it has this arbitrary constant c in it. And we can use that to sketch what's called a family of solution curves. So what is that? Well, it's easiest to demonstrate this in GeoGebra before I show you with pen and ink. So here in GeoGebra, I've plotted the curve y equals x squared minus 4x and plus c, and c is this value here that I can toggle. And you see that as I change the value of c, the function just goes up and down. And that makes sense because if you think about transformations of functions, if I take my x squared minus 4x and I add 10, well, it moves it 10 up. And if I subtract something, it goes down. So what's the family of curves? Well, if I just trace this is a feature we can do in GeoGebra, and I look at what these look like, well, here you see what's called a family of curves. And it's basically the kind of shape that all of the different curves, or at least a sample of all of the curves, would make. And it shows you the sort of things that you get when you solve the differential equation. So each one of these curves you can see is a solution to that differential equation. So if I was sketching this myself, here's how I'd do it. I would say, well, y equals x squared minus 4x. What does that look like? That looks like a quadratic with a root at 0 and 4. So I'll draw that. And to show a family of curves, I just want to show a few others. As this c varies, it just slides this up and down. So I've got one which is a little bit higher, and another one which is a little bit higher, and another one which is a little bit higher, and some ones which are lower as well. This is hard to do neatly, particularly on digital writing pad, but I'm sure you can do better. And so this would be the family of solution curves. It's just a sense of what all of the solutions look like for all values of c. Okay, part B, find the particular solution that satisfies the condition that y equals 2 when x equals 3. So I can use that now to find what's called a particular solution, which is basically a solution without this plus c in it, but with a particular value that we found. So when y equals 2x equals 3, so that's 9, minus 4 times 3 plus c, so it's a negative 3, add that to both sides, we get c equals 5. And so the particular solution is y equals x squared minus 4x plus 5. So just to get your head around the language, we have the general solution where there's an arbitrary constant, and we have a particular solution when there are no arbitrary constants. Okay, let's have another go. So this one's a bit more challenging, right? Because this is a differential equation that has not just dy by dx and x, but also y. But we've got a technique for solving this. Recall that we can separate variables here. So if we divide through by y, we get 1 over y, dy by dx equals 2x. And now I can integrate both sides with respect to x. What's the result of this? Well, the dx's effectively cancel on that left-hand side. And we end up just integrating with respect to y. The integral of 1 over y with respect to y is ln y. The integral of 2x is x squared plus c. So we could stop there. It didn't say how to leave the answer. That's a totally valid way of doing it. An alternative way of writing the answer would be to raise both sides, or raise e to the power of both sides. And that gives us e to the power of x squared plus c. And this is also a valid way of writing an answer. However, a more common way of writing this would be to say y equals, and then splitting this up using indices laws as e to the x squared times e to the c. So that's e to the c times e to the x squared. And then saying, well, look, e to the c, that is just an arbitrary constant as well. And we can just rename that. And often we'll have multiples, we'll call them capital A. So a e to the x squared. And so there, y equals a e to the x squared. That is the general solution to this differential equation. Now let's have a go at sketching the family of solution curves. So I'd always start by thinking, what would it be when a is 1? Well, when a equals 1, what have we got? We've got e to the power of x squared. Well, to do this, I'd sort of say, well, what's the smallest that x squared can be? Well, that's 0, and e to the 0 is 1. So it's going to start here. Then, as x gets big, e to the power of x squared gets very big very quickly. When x is 1, we've got e to the 1, which is e. When x is 2, you've got e to the 4, which is already very big, and it just shoots up. So basically you've got dramatic exponential, super exponential growth on this side. And then because x squared is symmetrical, e to the x squared will also be symmetrical. We just have the same thing over on this side. And now let's think about this family of curves business. As a varies, it's a multiple. So we're not moving the whole thing up and down, we're multiplying. So if a was, say, 2, everything gets doubled, the y-intercept doubles, and all of the y values double. We just get a much steeper version like this. And you could maybe squeeze in another one, when y is, say, 4, when a is 4 or something, it would be a very steep version like that. But then what about when a is a half? Well, a is a half, it's going to flatten the whole thing out a little bit. It's still growing very rapidly, but half as rapidly as before. And when a is, say, 0.1, we get something which is growing less rapidly still. Now, how about negative values of a? Some of you might be thinking, hold on a second, a can't be negative because look, a is e to the c, and e to the c is always positive. It's actually a bit of a red herring there, because really, when we integrate 1 over y, we should be getting ln of mod y. So if I was being really careful here, or really precise, I'd be saying ln of mod y equals x squared plus c. So mod y equals e to the x squared plus c. And so mod y equals e to the c, e to the x squared, and mod y equals a e to the x squared. And that would mean that potentially minus y could equal a e to the x squared, because that modulus there disguises any negatives. And so effectively what we have is that y could be a positive or a negative. Now, we can also explore that by simply just testing when a is negative, does it satisfy this differential equation? And look, it does. So if we had y equals, say, just if a is minus 1, minus e to the x squared, and we differentiate this, well, using the chain rule, we get minus 2x e to the x squared. And does that satisfy this differential equation? Yes, it does, because that is 2x multiplied by minus e to the x squared, and that is just y. So that is 2x y. So yes, it satisfies the differential equation. All of which is a long-winded way of saying whenever you get one of these a e to the somethings, which will crop up quite a lot, a can be negative as well, which means in our family of curves, I want some negative ones as well, like this. So we have a full symmetrical diagram like that. I probably didn't give myself enough room, but this is the family of solution curves there. Okay, let's just squeeze in part B, find a particular solution that satisfies the condition that y equals -4 when x equals 0. And here we go, we're going to get a negative value of a. Because if my solution is y equals a e to the x squared, then if y equals -4 when x equals 0, and e to the 0 is 1, we get a is -4, and the particular solution is y equals -4 e to the x squared. So this is what families of curves are. And what we've been solving here, by the way, are what are called first order differential equations. A differential equation is any equation that has a derivative in it. And a first order differential equation is one that never goes beyond the first derivative. So we see dy by dx, but we don't see the second derivative. If we did, that would be a second order differential equation. So a first order differential equation, which is our focus of all of the first few videos, is situations where you've got a dy by dx and then maybe some x's and some y's as well. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.